Hey, old Christmas mystery cleaning, clean windows on the file coast. It is absolutely persisting it down. Just to show you, I'm in sunny Blackpool, except it's not so freaking sunny, I promise you. Right, so today's video relates to a question from Tom, and who's also from Blackpool. And Tom's question basically is, how do we as window cleaners compete with window cleaners of the older generation that massively undercharge jobs below value? The honest answer is, mate, you don't compete with them, because they're the customers you don't want, in all honesty. You could, you're better off doing, and this goes for any window cleaner or service-based business, is to go where there are people with disposable income. Now, you're always going to get some people that don't see the value in what you do. They only go, oh, it's only window cleaning. Well, the usual response to that is, all right, well, if it's only window cleaning, you do it. Obviously, remain polite and and calm and all that sort of stuff. But that's generally the attitude that a lot of people have. Well, it's only window cleaning. And yeah, you're right, but it's not free. There are guys in the areas that me and Tom are from where they're charging £4.50 for a front and back. I promise you, I wouldn't even do a front of a house for £4.50. Shit bust. Minimum price is £5, right? And if it's a shop window, a single shop window that big, it's still £5. It's my minimum. Now the reality is you're probably not going to get something that big, but the principle is the same. Is my minimum price and a lot of guys' minimum prices for a front is £5, but you do get these odd guys that just knock around doing £4.50 for a all round on a house. You can't compete with that, so don't try. And the thing is that even if you could compete with that, the sort of customer that they're offering a service to, they're not looking at value, they're looking at cost. So that their mentality, if you like, isn't about the quality of work, isn't about the reliability of the guy operating it. It's strictly down to, well, he's cheaper, we'll go with him. And all right, you're going to get that, but in the same sense that you can have two different cars. You could have, on the one side, you could have a Rolls Royce, right? And on the other side, you could have an Austin Metro. They're both cars, but one is significantly higher priced than the other. Why is that? It's because of the brand. It's because of reliability. It's because of, it's a high performance vehicle, whatever. The thing is that in some respects, that analogy carries over to window cleaners. And my ambition is to be basically the Rolls Royce of window cleaners. Joking aside, it is to basically be known as being reliable. Is being, having systems in place where you communicate with the customer, you text them the night before, you offer online payment, and all this sort of stuff. And I know that some guys listening on here, subscribers listening on here, window cleaners even, all over the country, will operate off Go Cardless. Me personally, I'm looking into it. I'm 50-50 on it. But Go Cardless will take a proportion of your fee, which is fine. If you just want the ease of being able to say, right, well, that payment's due in, ding, and it comes through and it gets paid. Fantastic. It's not an issue. I'm umming and ahhing about it. I'm looking at it. But if a guy's doing a house front and back for £4.50, he is not likely to have any form of insurance, which, I'm not here to judge, right? If you want to operate and charge £4.50 for a front and back, all power to you. This is not a criticism, but you're going to get people like that. And ultimately, people like me, who charge significantly higher, we're probably not going to get a look in with these kinds of customers. So the answer really is to not target that kind of customer. The answer is to really target customers with disposable incomes. Well, how do we do that? Generally speaking, I won't clean windows on council estates, and it's nothing against people that live on council estates. I came from a council estate. Bolton is probably one of the largest council estates in England. So, I came from that background. I'm not slating anybody. Again, it's no criticisms. I'm not trying to trigger anyone, although probably will do, knowing this generation. But anyway, yeah, I don't go for those kinds of customers, because ultimately these people are struggling to make ends meet. These are not the sort of people that are going to pay out for the services that we offer, you know. So it doesn't make sense to waste your time, effort and resources in targeting that niche of the market. Don't go for the council estates. Go for the newer, nicer housing estates. Look at businesses. I mean, this morning I've just done a care home this morning, and they pay me 130 quid a month to clean their windows. And some people are thinking, what, one job, 130 quid, blah blah. And for some that'll be nothing, and for some that'll be, you know, quite a lot. But why does that guy pay 100? The owner of that company pay 130 quid to have their windows done? Because the answer is, if you look at the sorts of customers they have, yeah, the residents, these families are some of them are paying £1,000 a week, right, to live in a care home and be cared for, right? So you have to ask yourself, right, if you're getting £4,000 a month roughly for one resident in a care home with up to 30 or 40 rooms, you know, every single week, if at full capacity, they're earning £30,000 a month now. Or granted, you know, there's wages and all this sort of stuff. Like any business, there are expenses. So the thing is, 130 quid when you're pulling in, you know, Christ, you're pulling in £30,000 a week, gross. 130 quid is like, yeah, or the equivalent of 30 quid a week, because it's a weekly job. We go around every Friday and do it, because it's right on the front in Blackpool. It gets an absolute battering from the sea, as I've just shown you. So the thing is their mindset is, well, I'm not going to clean. You know, this is the business owner of the care home that we do. They're thinking, well, I'm not going to do it, and no amount of money is going to get me to do that as a job. You know, I haven't got the time, I haven't got the inclination, I haven't got the equipment. I'll pay someone to come and do it for me. So ultimately, because their income is up here, and the expense for the window cleaning is there, you know what I mean? They'll pay for it to get done. In the same way that if you've got an executive, for example, or even a low-level manager in a firm whose disposable income is significantly higher than someone who lives on a council estate, they're thinking to themselves, well, I work 50 hours a week. You know, I do this when I get home, I do that when I get home. I've got the kids, I've got life is just chaotic, yeah. You know, and they can pay me 10 quid to do the front and back of a house, or 15 quid to do the front and the back of a house, or it's not unheard of to earn 20 quid for a standard house with a conservatory. It's not unheard of, right? The issue is that you target the right people, the right customers, and you go from there. Pensioners as well. I'm not. It's not a sense of exploiting or targeting pensioners, but I've said this in previous videos. People who are on, who are retired, generally speaking, and living off a pension. Generally speaking, their income does not fluctuate. It doesn't change. Their pension stays the same. So if there's a recession, the pension remains the same. If the market is up through the roof, the pension stays the same. So ultimately, these kinds of customers, so your pensioners, people with disposable incomes, your sort of like, not mid, I don't like using the class system. I don't believe in it, but it's one of those. You understand what I mean? People who have disposable income, people who have who could effectively lose a tenner down the back of the couch, yeah. If they can get their windows done by me, you know, they'll be like, oh, tenner, that's like 2 coffees. There you go, mate. You know, no dramas, mate. Just send me the bill. Done. You know what I mean? You make life as hard for yourself as you want. But yeah, target the right customer is the honest answer. Don't compete with these people that are charging, you know, next to nothing to do window cleaning. Because ultimately all that happen is if you race to the, I call that a race to the bottom. Yeah, the lowest bidder wins, and it's Why companies and window cleaners and individuals get in the business of racing to the bottom is beyond me, right? Why would you, you know, put all your time, effort and resources into capturing a customer who won't pay the going rate? There's a going rate, and if the customer doesn't pay it, well, then you find another customer that does, rather than try and compete with other window cleaners and stuff like that. The guy that and again, it's no disrespect to anyone that runs their business. It's not, that's what they charge is up to them. I don't get involved with it. I just, you know, a guy that works for £4.50 on a full house, you know, he, generally speaking, you know, will he text the customer the night before? You know, will he have insurance? You know, probably not. You don't know. You know, the prices you have to change. You have inflation. And as people who are self-employed, we have the luxury of being able to dictate what we are earned. The only thing is we have to find people prepared to pay the price. Yeah. Unlike employees who are just like, well, you're getting 1% or you're getting 0.5% pay rise annually. Yeah. We don't have to worry about that. But we do have to find customers that will pay the prices that we charge. And, you know, it's as simple as that, to be honest with you. I hope that's answered your question, Tom. As usual, you know, thanks for watching the video. Thanks for supporting the channel. We're up to 94 subscribers already, which is, you know, is baffling that I can find 94 people out there that, you know, want to listen to me prattle on about window cleaning. But, you know, all well and good. So, yeah, like, share, and subscribe. Click the bell icon so you get a notification when we make a video. And I'll see you in the next video. All the very best. I better go clean some windows. See you in a bit. Bye now.